What's up, y'all? Jacqueline Tronhall. Just gonna make a statement here, go over my side a little bit. It's not left versus right. It's just math. It's where the numbers lie. If it upsets you because you identify as a political party, that is your prerogative. I'm just against the billionaires, the Epstein class. That's who I think is causing all this chaos. So the statement is: since Ronald Reagan, the data has been clear. GOP administrations increase deficits while Democrats lower them and oversee stronger job growth. The last federal surplus was under Bill Clinton from 1998 to 2001, which was lost under Bush Sr. So here we're going to go over that. First things first, everything is sourced from the actual government's website. You can go here. It's the API I use. They publish it once per month. They're actually very behind. But I have the live site, so you can get these live numbers like this debt tracker and stuff. But what I'm going to go over is, well, we can go over the tax plan if you want later, but this time it's just going to be debt and deficits. So first, let's go to Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, he started with this much debt. This came from Carter. If you ever want to see what it was like beforehand, this is kind of like what Carter left him and what would happen if he did exactly nothing and just kept Carter's information the way it was. So like he's losing $79 billion deficit per year. That means he would should have added our debt should have been 1.63 trillion, but it was actually more than that. So he was actually spending more. If he kept pace, he would have added 79 billion times 8 years. He would have added this to the debt. Instead, he added this to the debt. You know, probably need to separate stuff, but make it a little bit easier to read. We're not going to go into that for every single president, but you can if you want, because not every president gets a good one. Because what Reagan left was not that great. He started the debt at 997 billion when Carter left him. He ended with 2.86 trillion. He increased the total debt by 1.86 trillion. Our deficit, that's how much you add to the debt every single year. It was losing 79 billion per year. He increased that to 152 billion, or a total of 73.7 billion. Total jobs he created was 16.3 million. It's about 2.72 jobs added per year. Next, we'll go to George W. Bush. So senior, he got into the war in Desert Storm. His debt was 2.86 trillion. He doubled it to 4.41 trillion. Total added. We were losing $152 billion a year being added to the debt every single year. He doubled that to $255 billion. He added 2.63 million jobs total and about 644K jobs added per year. Next, we're going to go to Bill Clinton. The debt was 4.41 trillion. He increased it to 5.81 trillion. We're adding 255 billion to the debt every single year. After he was done, we're actually making money. This is the last surplus in my lifetime. I was born in 1988, and yeah, it was made from 1998 till 2001. Bush got into another war and lost it. Total jobs, as you can tell, he created more jobs than Reagan and Bush Sr. combined. 2.97 million jobs per year. We'll go to Bush. He got into the Iraq-Afghanistan wars. Started with 5.81 trillion. He doubled it to 11 trillion. Added 6 trillion to the debt. He was making money at first, 128 billion per year, and then we're losing 1.4 trillion per year. So to put that in perspective, that's 1,410 billion dollars. I know it's 1,000 of these mofos. That's much he increased it by. Excuse me. Absolutely insane. Total jobs, 1.38 million. That's horrible. After 8 years, he's going to make about 551K jobs per year. I mean, the numbers just don't lie, man. But here's Obama. Obama started with 11 trillion. He ended up at 20 trillion. He added 8 trillion to the debt. We were losing 1.41 trillion per year. It means if he did absolutely nothing, we would have lost over $9 trillion. So you actually save this money. If you actually want to see this, you can. Turn that bad boy on. He saved this. The debt would have been 2.97 trillion higher if he did absolutely nothing. He just followed Bush's path. So yeah, he reduced the debt the deficit from 1.41 trillion to 665 billion. That's how much Trump's going to inherit. We come down here, 11.55 million jobs created, and then about 2.36 jobs per year, million jobs per year. Donald Trump. Debt was at 20 trillion when he came into office. It was at 28 when he left. It was 4 years, by the way. He added 8 trillion more than the other president before. We were losing 665 billion. He increased that to almost 3 trillion. That's insane. So that's $2,770 billion we were losing per year, just doing nothing. That's absolutely insane. Come down to jobs and stuff. It's pre and post COVID stuff. I kind of did the math. I did the best I could when it started and stuff like that, based on these numbers and stuff. But yeah, here's what he did. It's not that great. Now we'll go to Joe Biden. Joe Biden started with this much debt, ended with 37 trillion. He added 9 trillion in 4 years. When he came into office, he was losing 2 trillion per year. So 2 times 4, it's 8 plus the 7 is about like 9 trillion is about right there. So let's see, did he actually save this money? He did. So the debt should have been 188 trillion higher. I need to kind of like make that a little bit easier to read. So he decreased the deficit, how much we're adding to the debt every single year, by about $1 trillion. Total jobs, all positive. He's got the balance and stuff. And then new numbers. Some of them ain't really updating everything. I have to take an estimated guess. They're just not giving the numbers. Got this stuff right here. Yeah, they just don't report shit. They don't want you to know. That's what I have from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. There you go if you want to go to that website as well. This is Fred. It uses Bureau of Labor Statistics. Go here and check this out. This is where I was gonna get the numbers from, but this is just a whole lot easier for me to grab. You have the data on a nice blog and stuff. So that's what I grab here. Anywho, that's what it is. Republicans spend more and create less jobs. That's the whole entire thing of it. That's just the numbers. It's not my fault. If you have better sources, get them to me. Put them in the comments. Thank you.